key, philosophy. A freak like me just needs infinity. Relax.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the
Hello.
JJ and Dioplatonis Philosophy Show. Hello, yes, hi, Dioplatonis. Sorry, I
Today,
interrupted you there.
no, it's fine. We were talking we were introducing it at the same time. It's actually pretty
Yeah,
good.
yes.
Sounds good. So today we will be discussing um a very deep and profound and a solemn topic, a set of solemn topics. So before we start, I would like to make a 5, maybe 10-second moment of silence where people can pray for people that have suffered or that will suffer or are suffering through any of the things we will discuss through this um, discussion. Okay. The question of today's discussion is essentially the J question.
Mhm.
Um,
Yes.
and I think the modern interpretation and uh, idea of this discussion is antithetical to how it has been in the past, specifically surrounding the H event or H events. Um,
So by H
Wherein
event,
it's
just so the viewers know, by the H event, we're referring to what happened during the Second World War. So I think everyone knows about this. And the J of
yes.
the J question is related to this, so obviously everyone will know. Just to clear
Mhm.
it up.
And I think the important thing to understand is that the J group have a rich and genuinely burdened history due to their understanding of themselves as being blessed and cursed with being chosen to be a light in the world by their God. Um, and the question is essentially they need do they need love, compassion, a helping hand, a shoulder to cry on, and someone to listen? Um, and it's important to realize and acknowledge the internalization of the H event among a specific sect or sectarian movement within the J group. We'll call that the Z. Um, and that those groups are essentially what the Satmar, I think that's fine to say, right? It's
Yes,
a
yes,
specific,
yes, yes,
it's lesser, it's not going to be flagged.
yes.
That as they would say, they are pushing the end, closing and cutting corners and loose ends.
So Dioplatinus, just to clear this up, so the Satmar, this is a group within the J group, yes,
Mhm.
and this sect is pushing for the apocalypse, for all this chaos. Is this what you mean, or do you mean
The
something else?
Z
Have I
group is
misunderstood?
pushing for all of that.
Which one?
They
Which
are
group?
intentionally
Which group?
the
Sorry.
Z group.
Z
The
group. Oh,
Z
okay.
group.
I apologize. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So what about the other group? You said I think so. You mentioned two groups so far. Okay.
The Satmar
Uh-huh.
are originally a Bulgarian. I think it's Bulgarian. It might be Romanian.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
if I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere in the Balkans is where it
Uh-huh.
originated. But
Okay.
they are largely based in New York at the moment.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'll just quickly chip in here. So yes, th I guess the general concept that Dioplatinus is covering here is about the fact that the J group is not monolithic. Uh, this is what Dioplatinus mentioned in one of our emails. And yes, this is a very important point. We can't lump all of these J groups into one basket. Yes, there are some who are pushing for all this evil, definitely, but then there are others. They're just what? I mean, the best way I would describe them, they're just normal people like us, I guess. They're just living their life, really. To be honest, I don't think there is some. world conspiracy that they're all colluding amongst each other to enslave us. I don't think this is true, personally. After my research and my reflection on the question, I'd like to now hear what Dioplatonis has to say about this.
Um, I would say that there is not a conspiracy, but like a mutual alignment between religious groups relating to pushing the end. So specifically, um, non like denomination, certain independent denominational evangelical Pentecostal churches across the U.S. are heavily involved in supporting the Z group and making uh, and doing the atrocities that they commit, so that they can get all of the J group in Israel,
Yes.
the Holy Land. Sorry,
Uh,
I'll just say the Holy Land.
mhm,
Um, so that they can, have the eschaton happen.
mhm,
Um, and I would say what we really should do is try to act as though morally and spiritually, as the world becomes worse, we are deserving of God intervening or the gods intervening, whatever you believe, and on our behalf as humanity, um, inflaming ourselves in prayer and embracing the possibility of it not happening.
mhm,
You know, because it's not
Exactly.
up to us.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, on this issue, on this topic of the apocalypse, I made a couple of videos on YouTube. I mean, personally, maybe I'm wrong. I'm of the view that we as humans we can avoid this. I mean, it's not totally down to us, as Dioplatanus just said. It also depends on the gods. The gods, I don't know. Yes, this is a metaphysical question. We don't know, but yes, it's definitely interesting. So now, Dioplatanus, do you want me to share your document? I guess maybe this is a good time, right? Or do you want to
Yes,
say
yeah.
something else before we move on?
Um,
Anything
no,
else
I
you want
don't
to
think
add?
there's anything else.
Okay, so let's move on to your document now because there's a lot of information here, and let me just check. This is the one. I think. So please, Plotinus, please take over and say everything you want to say about this JJ question. Yes.
Um, I think I already got the intro and the intro, everything that was necessary to say, but I want to go into the specifics, which if you scroll down
Hmm. Okay.
to the
Bit further on or
further on, yes,
further on. Hmm.
about this section about cars for kids, all
Uh,
that, the controversy surrounding all of
over
that.
this
Oh,
part
it's a
here,
little bit above that. No,
bit
that's
above.
a little bit above. Yeah. So cars for kids is one of those things where it just looks so bad. And when you try to explain it, you sound so bad for having to, in any terms, describe what's happening. Um, I mean, that's pretty much it's on the screen, so I don't really need to
But sorry,
explain it.
can you
And
tell me what is this Cars for Kids? What is this exactly? Sorry, I don't know
so
what
Cars
has
for
happened
Kids is
because I've never heard of this.
um oh, it's you don't know about
No,
this in
I've never heard of
Poland?
this. Yes or no, never heard of
Okay.
this. No.
It is a huge popular charity in the United States. It's got a very catchy jingle that almost everyone in the US knows if they've watched any amount of TV, due to the fact that it's so catchy. It's like 1-800 cars for kids. It's like it's kind of funny.
Okay.
And that's part of the problem is they've made themselves seem like they are just a charity that gives cars to children that are coming of age, that are getting their license, but they don't have the money for a car. Really, what it is a birthright trip program where they auction off the car and then send Jewish children to meet other, not Jew, sorry, J group children.
It should be.
Um, sorry, um, Z group. Honestly, it's not J group
Oh,
actually in the slightest. There's
okay.
because they are actively and intentionally breaking the three oaths and and taking part in such a program. Yeah.
But I'm a bit dopey here. Maybe perhaps I'm just a bit dopey and slow here. But what is wrong with this group? I don't know. Are they doing something bad to these kids afterwards, basically, or I don't really understand what's going.
They're not doing anything wrong to these children,
All right.
but the problem is false advertising.
Oh, I see.
False
Okay.
advertising.
False advertising. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I see. I see. Uh, okay. Anything else? I think did he cover everything here?
Yes, I covered everything in
This is
that part.
okay. Okay. We'll move a bit further on then. This section here.
So, yes. So I think there is a certain amount of how would I put it? Like certain conspiracy theories about the J group have caused the J group to um, internalize and develop a sense of how would I put it? Um, Shame around their traditions.
Exactly. Okay. So
So, for
I'll be able
instance,
to chip in here. I'll be, but please say first what you want to say, Guy. Please.
so Brit Mila practice of Metzia Bapeh, which is a rabbinical practice of oral suction upon a freshly circumcised 8-day-old
All right.
child's
All right. Well.
womb.
Okay.
Um,
This is yeah,
it
weird.
is kind
First
of,
time I've heard of this. Okay.
yeah, it is
This is weird.
very,
Very strange. Yeah.
yeah, it is very strange. Although I will say, in recent decades, there has been a trend of rabbis using a glass tube instead, which is much more sanitary.
Okay.
And I think that is a good idea. I think they think that's a good idea. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. Um, yeah,
So I guess yeah here.
fascinating.
Yes, when you went was at the start of this section, Dioplanes, you mentioned about how yes, certain J groups they take on the shame of other J groups, basically, right? So yes, definitely I can chip in here. So um, I mean I guess I will refer back to the beginning. That there's there's so many J's, yes, that they're not really perhaps even associated with Judaism, I guess. I mean, they're kind of we could call these Jays kind of atheist Jews or cultural Jews, right? And now, so obviously some of these Jays, they do push, for example, prawn, yes. So we know what prawn is. Evil
Yeah.
stuff on the internet. So obviously these Jays are evil people. But then there's other Jays kind of and you mentioned him here, Gabor Maté. So he's an example of a kind of a brilliant J man, Jewish man, yes, who I think is making a really positive impact on our culture. And I mean, here I've provided a list of other J's that have helped me. So, for example, I don't know if you know of the psychologist Sam Vaknin. He's on the internet on YouTube. I mean, again, from the intellectual perspective, we've got, for example, Spinoza. So the interesting thing about Spinoza was he was doubly excommunicated. So he was excommunicated from the from the Christian uh, society or whatever, and then he was excommunicated from the Jewish society. So so he was like a proper loner, right? Uh, and I mean, I could list others, yes, but then obviously there are a lot of these bad secular Jews. For example, Larry Fink.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a bit of an evil guy, dodgy guy. Yeah, Larry Fink, Alan Greenspan of Federal Reserve, right? Alan Greenspan, Bibi Netanyahu obviously comes to mind. I mean, I could go on and on. So I like how Dioplatinus has brought up this nuance that yes, the J group is not monolithic. But now I'd like Dioplatinus to share more about what he thinks about what I said and what he thinks in general.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really much else to say. Like for instance, Gabor Maté, his perspective on the Z group is informed by his understanding and survival of the H event, um, and the trauma-informed analysis of both movements. Um, yeah, then I would say there's other J people, such as Rebbe Yoel Teitelbaum, current Graham rabbis like Rebbe Aaron Teitelbaum and Rebbe Zalman Lieb Teitelbaum. It's like a very specific lineage of Rebbes that are highly, highly anti-Z group. They they have a theological disagreement. Now, uh,
Yes, so please, if you can, Dioplatos, expand on this because this is new. This is completely new for me. I've never heard of these people. So obviously, Z group this is a Zionist movement, obviously. Uh,
yeah.
so there's a lot of J's that support it, and then there's a lot of J's that don't. So yes, this is a contentious issue.
So what I was trying to get at was these specific rebbes are theologically opposed to the Z group. They
I see.
say because there's a specific halakhic law in the J religion that basically says we are in exile. We are a diaspora religion. We cannot return to the Holy Land. We cannot build up a nation of our own. We cannot revolt against the nations of the earth. And there are specific situations and lineages of converts to the J religion that, in historical terms, are separate from this uh, decree by God in their religion, um, such as the Khazarian religion, the Khazarian uh, steppe nomads. I think they were. I think they were like
Yes.
the
Also,
nomadic.
so now this is interesting for me because this is a conspiracy theory that is quite not popular, but is more well known. So I've heard of this theory. So what can you tell us more about the Khazarian theory? Why is it important? Is it
It's
true or
important.
not?
It's important to separate the fact from the fiction in this regard. So I think that the end group, the the people that did the H event, they
Yes.
were under the impression that the Khazarian uh, Khanate was still around, but in like as a cabal or like a mob or like a something like that, like organized crime.
Mhm.
That was completely false. That is a hateful trope. That is a hateful conspiracy theory. But it is completely factual that the leaders of the Khazarian Khanate converted to the Jake religion.
Mhm.
Um, I think it was like I don't remember the specific dates. I didn't put it in here. Yeah, it's.
Are they separate from the Ashkenazis, or is this or not?
I think that it's a specific. Like I don't think it actually spread beyond, genetically
Okay.
beyond their region, and it
Okay.
may be connected to the eastern
Mhm.
sections of the Ashkenazi.
Okay, okay. Have these Khazarians made a massive impact on history after they appeared, or not really? Because there's a theory that they are like still making a massive impact, that they're occupying like important positions in the world, etc. I don't know. I've heard this
Maybe in like Ukraine,
maybe, but yes,
but I don't think that they have a global
yes.
web of influence. I think that they are a regional ethnic lineage
Mhm.
that most likely doesn't even rise to the highest echelons of society and is instead just, another ethnic group in that region,
Mhm.
if I'm
Yes.
not
So
mistaken.
yes. So before Dioplanus, when you were speaking, I remembered something that you wrote in your email that there's kind of three types of factions: those that are in exile, those that are yes, I can't remember. Can you because this is like a good way to summarize the issue. Can you highlight the three main kind of factions? Remember, you wrote this in the email, I think. Or
I'm just gonna say like what I think of what I know about it off the cuff.
yes.
That there's like mainly the Z group.
Hmm.
There's the completely uninterested,
Hmm.
more self-focused, living in the world, doing what they want.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
broader
Hmm.
group.
Hmm. Yes.
And then there's the completely opposed to the Z
Hmm.
group,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is
Interesting.
the nature of the schism in the
Hmm.
J religion, as we
Yes.
currently are seeing in the world.
Mhm. Yes,
And
I've
like,
noticed it. I've noticed this schism definitely. There's definitely well, yes, a conflict there between different J groups, and I don't know. I guess we'll see what will happen. I mean, now I'd like to return to the H event. Yes, so I mean, I hope this doesn't get flagged up by YouTube. I mean, it shouldn't. All I would say is that sometimes the J's they like to use this event perhaps to gain a monopoly on suffering. They kind of use it to portray themselves as the only people who have been victims during history, etc. I mean, I think this is a warranted criticism. Look, no, at the end of the day, everyone suffers here on Earth. We're all suffering. We're all struggling. Doesn't matter whether you're white, you're black, or whatever. We're all kind of having, life is difficult, yes, for everybody. So I think this is a warranted criticism of the J group, how they're trying to utilize this H event to further their own aims. I think.
yeah.
Uh, I mean, here I've
I
got.
would say I
Oh,
would say it's more specifically the Z group
oh, the Z group,
within the
yes,
J group
the Z group, yes,
that
yes.
is
Mhm.
primarily guilty of weaponizing it to do the same thing
Exactly,
to
exactly,
Arabs.
exactly. Yes, and this is what Gabor Maté talks about, and other J's. Yes, they notice this. What else? Well, I guess I can now. I guess it's good to relate this to Poland. I'll briefly talk about Poland. So obviously, this Z group within the J group, they're kind of trying to blame the H event on Poland and the Polish state. I mean, of course, some individuals, some Polish individuals were definitely cooperated with the N group, with the Nazis, yes, for sure, obviously. But as a group, I mean, Poland, we didn't persecute the Jays really. This is a myth. This is a lie. This is
Historically,
propaganda.
y'all have been some of the most accepting of them.
Yeah, we've been, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So during the 14th and 16th, well, between the 14th and 16th century, we because all the Jews were expelled, right, from Europe, and they came to Poland because Poland was the only country that accepted them back then. And yeah, I mean, they I guess they integrated to a degree. Perhaps they didn't as well. Well, yes, that's all I wanted to say about Poland. I don't want to talk more about this really from the Polish perspective. I mean. I think that's I guess the one last meta question I've got for you, Dioplatinus, because I've been reflecting on this after reading, I mean, a couple of biographies about Jesus. So these approach Jesus from the perspective of him as a person, yes, not as like a holy figure, as a person. Because I wanted to know more about Jesus as a man, yes, and it kind of makes me think, what does it mean to be a J? Is it based on biology, genes, or is it based on the religion, on Judaism, or is it based just on the fact that you reject Jesus? Yes, or is it based on something else? Because yeah, I mean, I've just been reflecting on this question. I'd like to wonder. I wonder what you think about this.
Well, I think a lot of what it means to be a J is that you have these certain rules and laws ordained by your higher power, and it's a game to try to abide by them while also not. You know what I'm saying? So there's like certain things like you can't carry stuff outside of your house. So what do they do in New York? They put a string around New York and say this whole city's a house, which is a very specific, strange. Like
What was that
I
sent?
just saw
What
that
was that
recently.
last sentence? The whole city is a house. Do you say?
Yes, it
Yes.
is weird. Like
Okay.
we can look it up. Um,
Yes. Look it up. Yes. Take your time. So by this, do you mean they're trying to claim New York for themselves? Is this what you're trying to
No,
allude?
no, they're not trying to claim to New York for themselves, but they're trying to transform within their Shabbatic rules,
Mhm.
um, like the symbolism of the location of the city of Manhattan from a public space to a private domain, um, for all people within it, so
I
that
see.
the J group can break their rules, because they're not really breaking, it's a gray area because of
Ah,
this
oh, I see. I
thing,
see. I
and
see. I
that
see.
is actually true. It's the boundary known as an Eruv.
Ah, okay, this is new to me as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's very new to me. I found out about it yesterday, and I wanted to add it to this, but it was already so long. I just wanted to make it
so
through.
yes, David, we've got 10 more minutes for this Zoom call, for this Zoom video. So maybe there's because you wrote a bit more here. Maybe we should cover it quickly.
We can go into the last 10 minutes. I think we should talk about the idea that every group of religious denomination in the world has what can be termed as a high control group that does
Mm.
horrible crimes.
Mm.
Um, so, for instance, within the J group, there is Lev Tahor. Lev Tahor is bad news. You can go down more further. I don't
So
want to
tell
go
tell us more about
into
Left Tahor briefly, because
so
I
Lev
haven't heard of this.
Tahor is a nomadic commune that is strictly anti-Z,
Mhm.
and they have been accused of human trafficking, forced marriages, child abuse,
Oh, I see.
and there's ongoing investigations into these crimes. Then there's like the Burqa cult. There's um, a whole bunch of other stuff, like more ultra orthodox groups that are more accepted within their community, that are more normalized. But then it depends on like individuals, and their experiences with it being like told to conform and all that.
Mhm. So here you mentioned Chabad Lubavitch. Can you tell us a bit about Chabad Lubavitch? I heard this is a bit of a dodgy group, I think, right? Chabad Lubavitch. Well, no, they have
It's
apparently
a mixed
I've heard from
reputation.
people that they have a lot of influence on different governments around the world.
Um,
Is this
I
true or
would
not?
say maybe they do, maybe they don't. It's one of those things where because they're so controlling of the members within it, and oh, did the call end? No, it
No,
didn't.
no, no. No, it's still got seven
Okay,
minutes.
cool.
No.
It just cut out for a second.
Oh, right, no.
So Shabbat Lubavitch, like people individually have said this group is bad news, and then other people have said no, they're fine. Um, but I'm not sure about whether they have influence over governments or anything like that.
Mhm. Okay,
I have
okay.
no clue.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess it's just speculation. Either, yeah,
Yeah,
either you believe in it or not. I guess you might find some evidence, but who knows, really.
yeah.
Uh,
It's one of those things. I mean, I think every religious group has influence over governments, honestly.
Yes, yes.
So, for instance, you have like mega church pastors donating to political campaigns and stuff like that. It's That's a good example of that too. It's
Definitely, yeah. I mean, this definitely takes place in the world of Protestantism.
oh
There's
yeah,
definitely a lot of dodgy Protestants out there. I
yeah.
mean,
So if
definitely.
you go down further, we'll go into the Christian groups,
Yes.
and we'll just run through them really quick.
Mhm.
The two by twos, which is an older um, group that was founded in Ireland.
Mhm.
Uh, Child abuse of a sexual nature, cover-ups,
Mhm.
coercion of
Yes.
unmarried mothers into adoption. Um, then there's the FLDS, which is uh, was a dictatorial kind of high control group, one run by Warren Jeffs, who was convicted of child SA. Horrible stuff.
Yes, yes.
Horrible stuff.
Mormons, yeah, Mormons are dodgy, a bit dodgy
Yeah,
Mormons, yeah,
Mormons.
yeah. I've heard
I
of
mean, that's a
these
bit
before.
different than the conventional Christianity, but it is
Yes,
still
yes, yes,
Christian.
yes,
Just some would say a heresy of it.
yes, yes, definitely, yes.
Um, Waco branch Davidians, they thought that like America and capitalism were the Antichrist. There was a whole siege. I don't know if you know this. It's common knowledge here in Texas. There was a whole siege of their compound for like multiple days in Waco, Texas.
Oh, okay.
That ended with the immolation of all of the members, including the children that were trying to be saved by the ATF, FBI, and the authorities of such. The leader, David Koresh, was kind of like a messiah figure to them, preparing for an impending apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many fake gurus out there, right? So many fake gurus out there. Guy, you have to beware, man. Yeah. Please continue.
Well, I think it's kind of, personally, I think that that event has something to do with eschatology, wherein like it is a false prophet, and that's part of the eschatological manifold. Then there's the Children of God, which were a free love theology group with radical apocalyptic prophecies. Then go down, we'll go to the Islamic.
Now we've got the dodgy Islamic groups. Yeah.
And this is more of a regional issue than a specific organizational issue with the madrasas. So in West Africa, South Asia, there's specific high control functions of the schools that are highly negative. I
mean, here I'll chip in briefly. So I don't know, you probably know about this, but in the UK there's a massive scandal now with the Pakistani grooming gangs. So for over 20 years, basically, the fact that white girls were systematically raped, yes, by Pakistanis. Yes, it was covered up for ages, and only now, this issue is coming to the surface. So,
I mean, and I think it's important to distinguish between, how would I put it? Like authentically good, productive immigrants and those that are of a negative light. It's
yes.
It's highly difficult. And that whole scandal is exemplary of that difficulty in finding out and vetting individual people on an individual basis for immigration.
Yes.
Yes.
I just thought I'd mention it because I think some of these madrasas, because madrasa is like a school, yes, Islamic school.
Yeah.
So yeah, some of these madrasas, they probably teach the Muslims to do this to white girls.
In a way, some of them probably do. Some of them probably don't. It's probably like an individual case by case basis.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Now I think Hindu communities, yes.
So Hindus, it's very focused on the cult leader. Like a cult leader kind of high control group mechanic. And we can just go through that real quick and not have to.
No, here because we got under 2 minutes. Osho, yes. So you're right about Osho.
Osho's a good example.
He's a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So yes, so thank you very much, Dioplatonis. It was a pleasure speaking to you again. It was a pleasure to hear everything that you had to say. You really enlightened us today when it comes to the J issue. The J question, the H event, and then I liked how you showed how in every religion there are these control groups, yes, that are trying to bring us all down. We could say
control us. I mean, they're trying to do authoritarian stuff, and I think it's important to note it's not just the religious. So, like at the end, I mentioned Nexium and Scientology. Oh,
yeah. No, it's just we still have less than a minute. So
not recording.
No, we're still recording. Any final comments?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay,
Thank
brilliant.
you for watching, y'all.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I hope a lot of people watch this. And yes, it was great. It was great to talk to Dioplatonis again.
You too, JJ.
Thank you.
Here's my key, philosophy. A freak like me just needs infinity. Relax.